It's really common to have a fear of falling in the handstand. Today I want to show you a few different drills that are going to be super helpful to teach your body how to fall out safely and to build confidence in this position. Remember that it's really common to experience fear in the handstand. If you're not used to being upside down and doing this skill, it's very, very common for this to happen. One sign that we see that's very common is pulling the chest open. So your handstand kick up might look like this, and when you get into the handstand, you pull your chest back this way. So this is preventing you from actually entering the handstand position to go vertical, because your body, and you might not even be aware of this might be a subconscious thing where your body doesn't feel comfortable getting vertical, because once you get vertical, the potential for you to go over is greater. So your body will stop you by pulling the chest open. So you kick up and you'll do this. So the fear of falling is a real thing, and it can be physically, so you're not physically strong enough to hold yourself in the position, and that's where the fear is coming from. Or it can be like mental, emotional as well, and it's maybe more of a mindset type thing where you are strong enough in the shoulders and you can hold yourself in the position, but you're just not familiar with the inverted position, familiar with the handstand, and confident enough to actually kick out of it. So we're going to go through a bunch of drills today. They're going to be really helpful. But the first thing we're going to look at is establishing the physical structure, making sure that you are strong enough to hold the handstand. This is called a box handstand, and this is where we start most of our beginners. And this is getting us used to holding our hands shoulder width apart, straight arms, and simulating that handstand position. You want to build this up to about a 60-second hold to again build that confidence and strength within inside your body and your shoulders to know that you can hold yourself up. The next one is working at a bit of a higher height. So you can see here that I can stack my butt right up over my shoulders. I'm pressing away and I'm really focusing on that elevation of the shoulders. The last one you want to practice is over on the wall. So come this way. You're going to place your hands down, walk up to the wall. And we're going to get nice and close to the wall here. Elevation of the shoulders, tuck that pelvis under, holding a nice straight line position. Throughout all of these stages, the small box, the larger box, and also the chest to wall, you want to build them all up to hold 60 seconds to again make sure that you're strong enough in these positions so you can save yourself. So we're going to use the wall as a tool. Practicing off the wall can be very daunting, especially if you're not used to doing any handstands or any acrobatics inversions off the wall. The wall is a beautiful tool to use in the start of your journey and actually throughout the intermediate and advanced stages of the handstand. We're going to look at the kick-up sequence. The one that we teach here at the Movement Collective is lunge position. We're using the momentum from a standing position, placing the hands down onto the ground. From here, you can see that my shoulders are behind my wrists. As I push off this leg, so think of it as a kick push, kick with the back leg, push with this bent leg here, we're going to try to get the shoulders stacked over the top of the wrists, and then the next stage is get the hips stacked over the top of the shoulders in a split position. Only then, once we're in that split position and everything's stacked, will we bring the legs together. Let's have a look at that. So lunge, place the hands down, shoulders, hips, and then bringing the feet together. At the start, maybe your handstand kick up looks like this. This is okay. What you want to do is use the wall again as a tool and build that confidence to swing that leg and eventually get that heel to touch. You can even reach that leg right over the top just to get that heel touch. And again, once you can get that heel touch here, we start to look at that stacked position of the handstand. Once you're good with the kick-ups nice and close to the wall, you're going to take a little step away. This is going to take away a little bit of the safety, and you're going to end up in more of a split position. So this is about 1 meter away from the wall. I'm going to place my hands down a little further away. It just feels more like the freestanding handstand, because what we're doing is using the wall as a tool to eventually work off the wall. So we kick up, reach that leg forward, touch, and then back down. I'd suggest at this stage to work on the other side as well, making sure that you can do both sides so you develop confidence and strength in both sides of the kick up. Once you've developed a little bit of confidence using the wall, it's important to bring it off the wall. So maybe at that stage, half your practice is on the wall, and then we practice out in the middle of the room or out in the open. Practicing somewhere where you feel comfortable, grass, carpet, soft matted area. I wouldn't suggest concrete or wooden floors, like start somewhere a little bit softer. So you can start to build the confidence and then work towards those harder surfaces later on. We're gonna look at a Goldilocks technique, and this has been really helpful in my development and our students' development here at TMC. It's looking at calibrating the kick up, because in the beginning you won't really know how hard to kick up. So some of your kick ups are gonna be like this, and then some of them are gonna be like this, and you just don't really have this framework to work inside. The Goldilocks teaches you that. So the first thing you're gonna do is spend about 5 to 10 reps working on kick ups that are too short. So intentionally kicking too short. Place the hands down, a little kick up. And again, each time you do it, you know that it's too short. So you're teaching your body how to kick up short. And then to practice kicking up over the top. So this one's too long, and this is also a part of the fear of falling. This is the big message in this video, is to get comfortable falling. So the next one, we're actually gonna go over the top. We don't wanna cartwheel out of it first. We wanna move through our handstand with our hands parallel, just like this. And when we need to, when we overbalance, we turn out. So we place the hands down, we do a big kick up too far, step, and then we reset, we go again. And step out of it. Again, this is not a long-term practice, similar to the mat exercise. You just wanna do this enough that you feel that calibration and you feel like you're getting consistency with your kick-ups. Once you've done a bunch of reps short and a bunch of reps long, then we try to find somewhere in the middle. We try to get the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the shoulders, split position, hold, and then when you're ready, you can slowly bring the feet together. Back to the wall now. We're gonna take a look at a drill that's super helpful to practice the kick out. We're gonna walk up to the wall as far as you possibly can, chest to wall. And just like we do our toe pulls, getting used to our handstand, we're gonna take one foot off and reach it as far forward until we start to lose balance. And then we're gonna practice stepping out of it. Again, if this is a problem for you and you feel like you are scared, doing this on repeat is gonna be really helpful. So you walk back up, and then the leg comes off, pivot, turn, land on the feet. It's also really important to land one foot then the other foot. If you land both feet, it can be quite heavy, especially at the beginning of your journey. I'll show you one more time, show you from another angle. So we go this way, falling, step, landing here. The main thing is when we're landing our handstand, we want to make sure we're landing on our feet, and you can also bend the arms as well and the legs. So we don't have to keep that straight arm position like we're trying to hold in the handstand. As you come out of it, everything can sort of soften. You can soften at the elbows, you can soften at the wrists, the hips, the knees. And the idea is to land nice and soft. And the more times you do this, the more confidence you're gonna build in that handstand position, and the safer your body's gonna feel. If you have access to a mat, this drill has been really helpful to bridge the gap between practicing on the wall and practicing off the wall. There's been a lot of people that practice it on the wall and can do it perfect. And as soon as we get out into the middle of the room, they default back into this position again. This is a really good exercise just to help you get inverted and then allowing yourself to fall out of it. Just showing you that you don't actually need the wall, that you can access that handstand position. So you're just gonna kick up to the handstand, bring the legs together and just flop onto the mat. So we go up, legs together and flop. You don't have to practice this too much, and again, make sure you've got a mat. I wouldn't suggest to do this on concrete or grass. Nice and soft surface, and again, this is just getting inverted and then falling back down. You don't need to have this as a part of your long-term practice. Just do a few reps to build the confidence so we can take it off the wall. So once you've practiced the kicker, we also need to look at how you're falling out of it, because it's likely that you'll get to the top, and if you're finding that position, handstand or split handstand, that you're gonna fall out of it at some point. And it looks like this. Off the wall, you'll kick up here. If you go over the top, you step out of it. So you place that hand on the ground. And as you can see here, I'll show you from a few different angles. If we overbalance, we turn and pivot to place one hand on the ground next to the other hand. So it's like this, I turn, and as I'm doing this, I'm just shifting the weight from this hand, from both hands to one hand as I turn and pivot out. And it's likely that you'll twist in one direction. You've also got to pay attention to this as well, because what tends to happen in the beginning is you'll anticipate that fall, and if you're always falling to that one side, you're creating a bad habit and you'll be twisting in your handstand every time you kick up to it. So just notice which way you're always favoring and twisting out of it. Remember, as you kick up into the handstand, we're not immediately turning into it, so we're not turning out of it like this. We want to make sure we're holding our handstand first, and then if we need to, we're pivoting and turning out. So there we go, a few tips for you to get more confidence in the handstand. Again, it's super common to be scared of kicking up and getting inverted, and it's only because your body is not familiar and your mind is not familiar with getting into that inverted position. The more you practice it, the more you use the tools like the wall, the mat, and those kick-up techniques, the more confidence you're gonna build, the stronger you're gonna get in the handstand, and you're gonna be able to get longer, straighter holds. If you've got any questions on any of the movements that we did today, please let us know in the comments below. And if you want to train with us, we've got our TMC Move Pro app. We've got movement programs and complete handstand programs that you can jump on. It's a free 7-day trial. Check out the link below.